Yes, hello everyone, welcome back to ScottPlaysSims, and this is another video on my channel. So, of course it is. That's obvious, why did I say that? Anyway, so, yeah, I am building a school right now. So, as you can see, the build is already been built, which, you know, is a bit weird. But this is another one of those builds that I found on my gallery a couple months ago, and now I've decided to renovate and redo. So, yeah, I found this actually like a day before or just after I went to my college open day, the college that I heard about. I went to, and then I got a place at. So yeah, if you haven't been watching my videos, then you wouldn't know. But yeah, I got a place at college. So yeah, so it's an art college because I enjoy art and I'm more of a creative person than an academic person. I just always have been. I've always been interested in drawing and like design work on the computer and stuff. So yeah, But initially, this school here was like a general school. So it had a cooking room, a computer room, a library, um a art/photography room, a huge canteen that was way too big. What else did it have? It had a little music room and a science room. But then, after I went to the open day at my college, and I came back to this, I was really inspired to like do this, and then it just turned into an art school. So yeah, oh, this is an art school now. It's not a college. It's an art school. So no, I mean it's not a general school. It's an art school. So the more you know. I don't know what that big black area is on the thing, but it's not there on the final build. So yeah. So right now, I did do the toilets and the office area. What's it called? The entrance area, the reception. But I decided not to do it because there was 3 hours worth of footage of me building this build. So as you can tell, I was a bit extreme. So I decided not to include that. So I missed out. I missed out Bill doing the reception area and the toilets. Then I also missed out doing the dance studio because the dance studio was just like a change room and then like a room with mirrors in and it just had like a speaker in. But there are screenshots of that room, so you will be able to see what that is. And yeah, so there are two entrances. Well, technically there's three entrances into the school. Whereas before it was all like fenced in, and you weren't like once you came in for the front door, like you weren't really allowed to leave. Because obviously, most schools you're not allowed to leave. At my school, once we're there in the morning, you're not allowed to leave until like it's home times. So yeah, but it's fine. I mean, we got a Subway right next to our school. We got Sainsbury's. We got loads of shops, everything right by my school, but we're not allowed to leave. Probably because a lot of people won't come back. Yeah, so I mean, I would come back, but like most people at my school wouldn't come back. I don't know. It's just that type of thing. So yeah, but it's fine. I mean, I don't eat in the canteen anymore and things because I found a huge hair in my sandwich and it got stuck in my braces and it was just I don't know. And then we got a new company in. Not because of that, just because everyone was complaining about the prices. And you know, as these companies do, they come into schools, they give you really low prices, they give you really nice food for like the taste a day, and then the first week, and then for the second week, then the third week, and then the fourth week, the quality decreases. Then by the fifth week and the sixth week, and then by the next term, the food's so expensive and it's twice as disgusting as it was before. So, you know, I just don't really eat in the canteen anymore. Saying that though, this morning, I slept at my mum's house last night. I always do on a Monday, which is why I don't upload on a Monday. But yeah, so I always sleep at my mum's house, and then my stepdad was giving me a lift to school because he was working by where my work it. Well, he had to get to work, he had to drive through well, past my school, so dropped me off. But I forgot because I was in a rush to grab my lunch. Well, to grab any lunch, to be honest. So this week and last week, I've only been eating a packet of crisps at school, but it's fine. But I completely forgot to grab them, so I had to find my brother and then tell him to get me just anything at lunchtime because he had a lot of money on his account at school because we have like thumbprint things and you just pay by thumbprint. Um, but yeah, and then because I didn't have any money in my account, and then he got me some pizza and it was really nice. So but I don't know whether I'd give it another chance because like the second night I do find something that I like, they stop doing it. Like they used to make these sausage and bacon baguettes things with tomato sauce, and it used to be well nice, and then he stopped doing them. So now you used to do the. Then they started making these chicken tikka things with chicken tikka baguettes, and you used to have chicken tikka, and then or they used to have egg and mayo baguettes and stuff like this. And I'm like, no, I just want the sausage, bacon, and tomato sauce baguette. Like, why can't? Why did they change things that are good? But anyway, so that is that. And then what else happened this week? Oh, it's Tuesday. No, yeah, it's Tuesday for me. It's Thursday for you. But yeah, on Wednesday I've got my mock speaking exam in German. If you didn't know, I didn't take German. I had to do German at GCSE. Because I go to a language college. It's not really a language. Well, it is technically a language college. So a language is compulsory for most people. Not like some people, if they feel like maths and English will suit them better, then they will do extra maths and English. But if not, then they'll just do everyone else has to do a language, and the year is split in half. So half of us do German, and then the other half of us do French. But all my friends do French, and I do German. So yeah, I don't hate German, but we don't get along. To put it nicely, me and German, we're not best buddies, let's say, because I'm dyslexic. You know that. You've heard me trying to read in my It's Our Jungle Adventure Let's Play, and I'm absolutely a mess. And I try my best to read, but it's just really hard for me. And then in German, it's just hard for me to take it in, learn it, and just it's just hard. It's hard when you're doing another language. But yeah. So tomorrow I've got my speaking exam, which if you're not familiar with the new GCSE, I've already spoke about the new GCSE, but German is different. They've changed German quite a lot, from my understanding, because I go to this extra session to at school where other people from last year. So at my school we got a sixth form as well. I know it sounds like we got a lot of things. We don't have too many things, but yeah, we have a sixth form, and a lot of people from the sixth form. Well, 2 people have been invited back to go to this session that helps people, gives them tips on how to revise and what to do before exams start, just so we've got a better idea of an understanding of the. This is a dance studio, by the way, but this is so that we have a better understanding of what's going to happen during exams. So, yeah, and we were explaining because they said, "Oh, what are you stressed about?" or "What are you most concentrating on?" And I was like, "My German speaking exam," and they're like, "Oh, what have you got to do for it?" And I had to explain. Well, the other people explained, and they were like, "Wow, that's twice as hard as they had to do," which I'm not complaining about. I know that things have to change, but I just wish that they didn't have to change this year because from all I know is that it's twice as hard as it was. I don't know what they used to have to do, but yeah. So I'm just gonna give you a rundown. So basically, I don't know if all schools get this, but we prepared a speaking exam. So you get So I'm gonna start with what you do first. So in the first, you go to the exam room. You get 12 minutes preparation time to do 2 tasks. So you have 6 minutes to prepare a photo card, and a photo card is you get a photo and you got to describe the photo in German. You got to say about 5 things about it, then ask a question or something. I mean, I should know this because my exam is tomorrow, but I don't. Well, I do. I kind of know, but you know. And then you have a role play card, so you have to you have to not you have to describe this event, and then it gives you 5 things to answer, and then you've got to ask a question, and then there's an unpredictable question. So you've got to do that for like the first half. So that's the first half of your exam, and then in the second half you do a pre-prepared speech thing. It's not a speech, but there are pre-prepared questions and pre-prepared answers. So we started this preparation at just before Christmas. So we've had from March all the way up until now to learn them. And there's 6 questions and there's 3 themes, and then you nominate one theme to talk for definite, and then if you have time you talk for another theme, and then you get asked questions about a different theme. So yeah, you have to know all 3 themes, but you definitely need to know the theme that you've chosen. And usually you choose the hardest theme to talk about. Well, it's the best decision to choose the hardest theme to talk about, because if not, because you use for the hardest theme, you know what you're talking about, and then you just do that in your exam. So then, but then for theme 1 and theme 2, they're the easier themes this year. We had to, one of the photo cards is based on your theme 1, and then the role play is either based on your theme 3 or whichever one you haven't nominated. And then you nominated one, you know that already. So so there's quite a lot of new things on the syllabus in German. So like homelessness, charity work, part-time jobs and part-time work, things like that. So you know, we've only started learning them this year, so we don't. So pretty much most of the year don't really feel that confident with it. So most people have chosen theme 2 to go with because that's the hardest one. So they're not going to get a photo card about homelessness. So yeah, that's just the best thing to do, because you don't want a photo card or a role play card about homelessness if you don't feel very confident about it. My friend, she's already had hers on Monday, and I'm not going to tell you about her exam because I don't really know what went on, but I know that one of the things that she got was about taxis, and I was like, I have not learned anything about taxis, but she was doing higher tier, so I hope that there's something about taxis, or like I don't get a taxi one, because I think it's about trains, because we had a lesson today and my teacher was teaching us about train tickets, so, and we haven't really done that before, so it must have been must be train tickets. But yeah, so I'm gonna edit it. Well, this is already edited, but I'm gonna like compress, or whatever you want to call it, format. I don't know what's it called. Like condense. I don't know. Like export. That's what it's called. Export this, upload it, and then I'm just gonna revise all night until like 9 o'clock. No, yeah, about 10 o'clock ish. Then I'm gonna go to bed, and basically my brother, he has gone on a school trip tonight. Not far. It's actually just like a 20-minute, half an hour car journey away. But yeah, they went on a school trip just for like, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're going to the theatre or something and doing some other thing. But I don't know. But I've got the room to myself, so it's going to be really quiet, and I can just revise for my exam. And yeah, just hope it goes well, basically, because I mean, I've got my real one a month tomorrow, so this is a mock one, and then I'll do the real one next, like in like a month. So that's always fun. And then I've got my art exam. That's coming up on the 8th of May. So if you don't know what the art exam is, I know I'm just explaining my GCSEs, but that's like the most exciting thing that's happening in my life right now. So I mean, I wouldn't even call it exciting, to be honest. The most thing that's the current thing that's happening in my life right now. It's so yeah, I've got an art exam. So I chose art. if you don't already know. Just said at the beginning of this video, I'm a creative person. But yeah, so I chose art, and so you do. So the course is split into 60 and 40%. So 60% is coursework, and then 40% is your exam coursework. Well, not exam coursework, but exam projects. So you do 2 projects over the 2 years. Well, 3 projects over the 2 years. Um, 2 projects for coursework and 1 project for your exam. So my exam project is on food, and it's like food and then mixing it with real life objects. So like juxtaposition kind of thing. And yeah, so you start your exam project. You can start from like the 3rd of April. No, not 3rd of April. 3rd of January. Well, my teacher, they got given. I think all the teachers in the country got given the exam titles, because you choose from 6 titles which one you want to do. And then my teacher researches, looks at what themes we can go down, because it just speeds up the whole process, because it does take quite a long time to think of themes and ideas and stuff like that. So my teacher comes up with themes, looks at different artists. Obviously, if we want to take it in our own direction, we're allowed. It's perfectly fine. Like I didn't look. She researches artists, and the artist I chose didn't. She didn't look at. Like she didn't put it on her PowerPoint. But then when we went to re-look at my project that I was about to start, I wasn't liking it as much, and I'm thinking, if I'm doing this for the next 4 or 5 months of my life, I don't want to be spending hours upon hours doing it if I'm not gonna enjoy it to like the fullest potential, or give it like. So I decided to go down the route that I've already gone down, like I just said, with the fruit and food and McDonald's type of thing. So my latest piece is an A3 piece, and I done a McDonald's fries cup containery thing with pencils out at the top. So it's kind of juxtaposition in that way, and then I had to use pencil crayon. I took the photo myself, and then I had to use pencil crayon to draw it. My one before that was using a screwdriver and then a carrot for like the pointy bit, but we might reevaluate that because I don't like it at the minute. So we might redo that. I'm not sure. If I have time, I'll redo it. And if not, then we won't submit it because it's tragic. But yeah. So we have a teacher training day every March for the Year 11 work to be marked. So we do 2 sets of mocks. We do like actual mocks in exam halls, exam conditions, exam moderators, exam invigilators, whatever. In most schools do it in January, but we actually do it. We actually done it in November, start of December, which I found quite useful. And then they're treated as external exams, and then which are held with exam invigilators, and then later on in March, the teachers hold external and then internal exams. Yeah, I had to think of the opposite. The teachers hold internal exams where we we do it in just a normal lesson, and then on the teacher training day, then we do they mark it all. So you can be called in for the training day. So luckily I wasn't called in. Not too many people were, just people who had to finish up a bit of coursework and stuff like that, or like the art department, if someone was behind and they have to catch up. But no, I didn't have to go in. And yeah, so the art coursework got marked and my graphics coursework got marked. And then all of like these mock exams that I done in class, and the maths and English one that I done in class, I got marked as well. I haven't got the English one back. They were marking it. I think they were finishing it off today, because obviously you can't mark like 200 students' work in one day. And then the maths one, they were marked actually, but I was at where was I? I was at my interview, so I missed one lesson, so I had to catch up after that day. So mine wasn't marked. One of them was, but the other one wasn't. But we haven't got the second one back yet. So and I need to wait for the first one to be like finish marked. finished being marked. Then I'll get it back hopefully next lesson. And then we're doing the third paper, because in maths you do paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3. Paper 2 and paper 3 are calculator papers. Paper 1 is non-calculator. So we done paper 1 and we done paper 2. So we need to do paper 3 now, which I'm doing. Hopefully I don't have maths tomorrow. Hopefully it's Thursday, because I've got a science internal exam as well. So I'm just going to explain that. If you are if you're like in year 9 or year 8 and you want to know what it's like, I'm the perfect person to watch, because I've got no one else to speak to about it, because like my friends obviously they don't know about it because they're going through it, and then I tell my dad, but you know, he listens, but you know, it's just I can ramble as much as I like here, whereas if I ramble to my dad, he's like, okay, I understand, stop rambling. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, so I can ramble all I like. But, yeah, so if you do not understand the science GCSE, because I feel like I want to explain it, because I feel like it'd be so helpful, because when I was in that position in, like, year 9, I, like, never understood GCSEs. I obviously knew what they were, I knew their qualifications, I knew they were important, but I never truly understood, like, different aspects of it, and I just feel like I should have known about it beforehand to prepare me a lot more. So yeah, so science I never knew about. Well, I knew obviously I'd done science before, but I'd never knew what the course entailed or anything. But yeah, so the science course is split into it's split into 6. Well, three subjects, and then each subject is split into 6. So you have chemistry, physics, and biology, and then each of those are split into 6. So for chemistry, there is C1, and then C1.111, .2, .3, whatever, and then it's C2, C3, C4, C5, and C6. Then for chemistry, no, that's chemistry. I would say chemistry. Then for physics, it's P1, P2, P3, whatever, carry on till 6, and then it's the same for biology. And then, so at the end of the 2 years of studying it, you go on to doing 6 exams, I believe, I've got. So we do a biology, B1, B2, B3. Now we do B3, B4, B5, and B6. B4, B5, and B6 in the second exam, and then that's biology done. And then we do the same for chemistry and physics. So we have 6 exams overall. I'm not sure whether this has been made legal, but there are some changes. I don't know if it's a legal requirement for everyone to study triple science, because at my school you only had to take double science. I don't know. They're like not triple science, because triple science I think it goes up to like 7, like B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8. I don't know. There's quite a lot more, and it goes into more detail. Whereas for me, only goes up to B6, and it's not. Obviously, there's a lot of detail and a lot of content, but there's not as much as the triple science. And I know that my year was the year under me was the last year to take double science, I'm going to say. And now it's compulsory at my school to take triple science, whereas before you had to do it if you wanted to take triple science, then you would have to lose one of your option subjects. So at my school we were only allowed to choose 2 options, or 2 courses if you want to say that. But we were only allowed to choose 2 courses, rather than other schools we could choose a lot more. And yeah, so you could only because if you wanted to choose triple, then you'd have to lose 1 subject. So everyone has to study English and maths, and then most school, you should study science. It's not compulsory. Like, I know a couple of people who have been dropped out of science, but you should really do it. And then, So I studied English, maths, science. German was compulsory because we were a language college, and then you have to choose between English. I know you have to choose between geography and history at my school. So I chose history because I've just always been more interested in history than geography. And then I got to choose two options, which I chose English. No, why do I keep saying English? I chose graphics and art. And then obviously, it's a legal requirement for people at school in education to do 2 hours of physical education a week. So we have 2 lessons of PE a week. And then my school do this thing called V and E, where it's like it's called values and ethics. So we learn about, like, the more useful things it teaches is about bank cards and politics. Not, but we've only done a couple of lessons of bank cards, like 2 lessons on bank cards, and then 2 lessons on politics. But the rest of the time we learn about religions, and because it's a legal requirement again for people in education to learn about a religion. Well, learn about religion till they're 16, till 16, or till they leave school or something. So now at my school, it's a legal requirement to do, or not legal, but it's a requirement to do a language. But when not a language, at my school now they've changed it so you have to do V&D or RS, religious studies, not V&D, RE or RS. But now you don't. But when I chose my options, I didn't have to. But now you have to. So my brother has to do it now because he chose his options now. But yeah. So you have to learn about it in there, which is, it's interesting to learn about different religions. But I feel like I've learned more in V&E about religions than I did in actual RE. So I always say RE, even though it's changed to RS now, but it's the same thing. So religious education or religious studies, it's the same thing. But yeah, so oh yeah, story. Keep talking about this. We've got like, how long we got left? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, we've got 7 minutes for me to talk about this. Stop talking about school. Actually, I could argue this, and I could be talking related to. I could say that all that ramble was related to the build because this is a school. Anyway, so yeah, in my head, this part of the school is a new addition. So the music block, which you've just seen, is a new addition to the school. That wasn't. So basically, the storyline for this is it used to be the school it used to be, obviously, the school that was there before, and then it just, like, there wasn't a good pass rate. Everyone was doing really bad, so they closed the school and re-evaluated their area and the county, and they realised that the best decision would be, because there was other schools in the area that were doing it better, so this was turned into an art college because there wasn't a lot of art opportunities in the area. So yeah, so they expanded and developed the original building by adding the office, redoing the entrance, redoing the library, and then they added the music block. The only thing that I would say that is actually missing from this is is a drama studio, and I would have added it in if I didn't forget about it. Literally, I forgot about it until when I was doing this bit right here. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So my way of thinking, because I'd already finished the building, there's actually no room left to actually add it in, was to do it. Was to say that they used the drama studio and as the dance studio, so they're the same. They use the same room, obviously not at the same time, but yeah, it's the same creative workspace environment, if you will. So yeah, I can't believe I've been talking for half an hour. Like I literally had like 2 drinks today. Actually, I've had 3, and yeah, I had a hot chocolate this morning from McDonald's because I always get dropped off by McDonald's on a Tuesday morning before school, because that's by my school as well. I get a hot chocolate, and then when I got home, I didn't have any drink at school. But then when I got home, I had a 2 glasses of orange, no, apple juice. But anyway, so my throat's quite dry today. But yeah, anyway, shameless plugs now, so, and then screenshots. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Instagram and Twitter, ScottPlaysSims. My Facebook is SPlaySims, but ScottPlaysSims, and it just should come up. It's a Facebook page. And then I have a website, and it's HTTP, I think that thing. If you put in ScottPlaysSims, if you put ScottPlaysSims.com into the web address bar, then it will come up. So yeah, just do that and then it will come up, or just look in the description of my video as always. So I would like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.